Binge eating disorder, or BED, is a complex condition that affects many individuals. It involves recurrent episodes of consuming large amounts of food in a short time, often much more than what most people would eat in a similar period. This behavior is usually coupled with intense feelings of guilt, shame, and distress, which can be overwhelming. Often, BED coexists with various mental health challenges, making the situation even more complicated. These challenges can include conditions such as depression, anxiety, and significant body image issues, which can deeply affect one's self-esteem. This creates a difficult cycle that is hard to escape from. Mental health issues can often trigger binge eating episodes, leading to a downward spiral. In turn, binge eating can exacerbate existing mental health problems, making them even more severe. It's a vicious cycle that can be incredibly challenging to break without proper support and intervention. Understanding this intricate connection is vital for effective treatment and long-term recovery. We must address both sides of this cycle to create a comprehensive treatment plan. Focusing solely on restricting food intake is not enough to solve the problem. We need to explore the emotional and psychological factors driving these behaviors to understand the root causes. True healing comes from addressing these root causes and developing healthier coping mechanisms, which can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Many people use food to cope with difficult emotions, turning to their favorite snacks or meals when they feel overwhelmed. This is often called emotional eating, a common response to stress and emotional turmoil. When we experience stress, sadness, or loneliness, food can provide temporary comfort, acting as a soothing balm for our troubled minds. Certain foods, especially those high in sugar and fat, trigger the release of dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good chemical in the brain that enhances our mood and makes us feel better. This creates a powerful association between food and pleasure, reinforcing the habit of eating to feel good. Over time, we begin to rely on food to regulate our emotions, seeking solace in our favorite treats. This can lead to unhealthy eating patterns, including binge eating, where we consume large amounts of food in a short period. It's important to remember that using food to cope is a normal human response, but it can become problematic. It becomes problematic when it's our primary coping mechanism, leading to a cycle of emotional eating and guilt. Recognizing emotional eating is the first step toward change, allowing us to address the root causes of our stress and emotions. By understanding our triggers, we can develop healthier ways to manage our emotions and break free from this cycle, finding balance and well-being. Stress and anxiety are significant contributors to binge eating. They can create a powerful urge to consume large amounts of food in a short period. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, the stress hormone. This hormone prepares us to face challenges, but also has some side effects. Cortisol can increase appetite and cravings, particularly for high-calorie, sugary foods. These foods provide quick energy, but can lead to unhealthy eating patterns. This is our body's way of seeking quick energy to deal with the perceived threat. The fight or flight response kicks in, making us crave instant energy sources. Anxiety can also lead to a sense of being overwhelmed and out of control. This feeling can be intense and difficult to manage. Binge eating can feel like a way to regain a sense of control, even if it's just temporary. It provides a momentary escape from stress and anxiety. It's essential to manage stress and anxiety to break the binge eating cycle. Without addressing these root causes, the cycle can continue indefinitely. Techniques like mindfulness, exercise, and therapy can be incredibly beneficial in reducing stress levels and developing healthier coping strategies. These methods help in creating a balanced and more controlled approach to dealing with life's challenges. Trauma can have a profound impact on our relationship with food. Past trauma, such as abuse, neglect, or witnessing violence, can manifest in unhealthy eating habits, including binge eating. Unresolved trauma can leave us feeling emotionally numb and disconnected. Food can become a way to numb painful feelings, or to feel something, anything, in the midst of emotional emptiness. Addressing past trauma is crucial for healing binge eating. Therapy can provide a safe and supportive space to process these experiences and develop healthier coping mechanisms. It's important to remember that healing from trauma takes time. Be patient with yourself and seek professional help to guide you through this process. Section 5, Breaking Free, the importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness is like fundamental to overcoming binge eating. This involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors without judgment. It means recognizing our emotional triggers and understanding how they influence our eating habits. Self-awareness also includes challenging negative self-talk and replacing it with self-compassion. This is not about blaming ourselves for our struggles with food. It's about approaching ourselves with kindness and understanding. By cultivating self-awareness, we can start to make conscious choices about our relationship with food and break free from the cycle of binge eating. Section 6. Identifying and managing emotional triggers. Emotional triggers are specific emotions, situations, or thoughts that lead to unhealthy eating habits. Identifying these triggers is crucial for managing them effectively. Keep a journal to track your eating habits, emotions, and any triggering events. Notice patterns and common themes that emerge. Once you've identified your triggers, you can develop strategies to manage them. This might involve learning relaxation techniques, practicing mindfulness, or seeking support from a therapist. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate emotions altogether, but to develop healthier ways to cope with them. Section 7. Cultivating healthier coping mechanisms. Replacing binge eating with healthier coping mechanisms is essential for long-term recovery. This involves finding activities and practices that help you manage stress, regulate emotions, and cope with difficult situations without turning to food. Experiment with different activities to find what works best for you. This could include exercise, spending time in nature, journaling, practicing mindfulness, pursuing hobbies, or connecting with loved ones. Remember, it's not about finding the perfect coping mechanism, but about building a toolbox of strategies you can draw upon when needed. Section 8. Seeking support. You are not alone. Recovery from binge eating is challenging, and it's okay to ask for help. Seeking support from a therapist specializing in eating disorders can provide valuable guidance and support. Therapy can help you explore the root causes of your binge eating, develop healthier coping mechanisms, and address any underlying mental health concerns. Support groups can also be incredibly beneficial. Connecting with others who understand your struggles can provide a sense of community and belonging. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength and courage. Section 9. Embracing self-compassion on the journey to recovery. Recovery is not linear, it's a process with ups and downs. Be kind to yourself during this journey. Practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend struggling with similar challenges. Remember, you're worthy of love, support, and recovery, regardless of your past struggles with food. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Focus on your strengths and the positive changes you're making in your life. Embrace self-compassion as a guiding principle throughout your recovery. It will empower you to navigate challenges with greater resilience and self-acceptance.